Since we're recording over Zoom and you cannot see my face, I want to reassure you I am not a cat. Welcome, guys. This is the Anglo-Italian pod, and as always, I'm Tommaso Adami, and you can find us on Instagram at Anglo-Italian pod.
I'm Rory Criscuolo, and you can follow us on Twitter at Italian Anglo Pod.
Guys, we've got a long episode in front of us. We've got a lot of ground to cover in Spain, in Germany, in France, in Italy, and in England, of course. And we have a weekly topic section dedicated to the one and only God-resembling Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Rory, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I've had almost 5 days of no Arsenal, so I feel relaxed, I feel calm, I feel at ease. And now I'm starting to ramp up towards the weekend. So, it's been a nice couple of days, ready for my mood to be ruined again. Tommy, how are you doing?
I've fully digested the Coppa Italia loss against Juventus. We'll talk about it later. I'm happy, man. I'm doing great. I feel like all these projects, I keep saying the same thing, but all these projects are finally yielding their products. And in case you thought that Filippo Giovagnoli was just one guest that we somehow managed to bring on, guess what? You're wrong. We have already another big name lined up for next week's episode, but we are not going to tell you anything. We're going to tell you, drop hints on Twitter and Instagram. That's what we like to do. So make sure that you follow our accounts. Rory, you got something to say?
Yeah, I'm excited about this next interview. The guy has led a very interesting life and has got some stories from all corners of the world. I'm pretty excited to talk to this guy. I'm low-key very jealous of his career.
Also, remember that every Monday night we're live on Twitch from 9 to 10 p.m. And Rory has managed to create a beautiful layout and to bring the video to Twitch.
I am back in the 21st century. I'm joining the millennials and Generation Z honestly, when I was sat Googling how to work Twitch, I was at school, I was like at work, right? And I was so close to turning around to one of the students and being like, guys, can you just tell me how Twitch works? But I just couldn't do it because I was like, I just feel like a granddad so much that I decided to watch YouTube videos instead.
Nice. And I think we're all ready to start. As you know, our first stop is going to be the Who Am I quiz. Rory, you better be ready. And here we are with our infamous Who Am I quiz. Rory, are you ready to guess who I am?
I'm ready to redeem myself after having such a nightmare in my first attempt. I'm ready to claim back some pride.
Yeah, but I feel like we've got to say that maybe we came up with kind of a complicated quiz format. We were maybe overestimating our I don't know, intuition, I guess.
I feel like our niche is overly complicated quizzes. I feel like the last one was quite complicated. So, we don't make it easy for ourselves. At least we can say that.
Definitely. So I remind our listeners, in case they're new, our rules for the quiz. So I am a mysterious player. I'm going to share with Rory the club that I've played for the shortest, the number of international caps and goals that I have, the number of total goals that I have scored in my career, club and national team combined, and finally, 3 players I've played with. Now, this last part, to make it a bit easier, I think I will tell you the 3 names in chronological order. I played with these 3 players, and I'm going to tell you the names in chronological order.
How does that sound? Thank you.
So it's going to be a shame for our listeners because you won't be able to see Rory's face once I read the 3 players that I've played with, because it doesn't make much sense. All right, Rory, if you're ready, pen and paper, I'll give you the hints.
My notes app will have to do. Let's go.
All right. The club I've played for the shortest is Racing Club in Argentina.
Okay.
I've got 106 appearances for my national team, and I've scored 11 goals.
106 appearances, 11 goals. Okay.
And in total, in my career, I have scored, club and national team combined, 84 goals. What position are you thinking of, Rory?
I don't know. That took a big jump from the number of goals for his national team to like his career, right? That seems like quite a big gap. I was thinking from 11 goals at country, I was thinking, okay, maybe 50 goals in his career, but 84 is quite a lot, right? I don't know.
I was
That's not bad.
surprised to check that he scored 84 goals. That's quite a lot, yeah. And now, finally, the big one. 3 players that I've played with in chronological order.
Okay.
Number 1, you may not remember him. Have you ever heard of a guy called Diego Armando Maradona?
Oh, yeah, it does ring a bell. It does ring a bell. I might have to do a bit of Googling on the side.
Yeah, that guy, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, Andrea Pirlo.
Okay. Okay.
And number 3, Pavel Nedved. Yeah, your face did not disappoint my expectations.
Frig me. Okay, right. Let's say.
Do you have any idea? Nationality, position?
Oh, now I think this might be a tricky one. He might have played with Maradona at Boca Juniors, right? I think that it might be the end of Maradona's career, the beginning of this guy's career. Andrea Pirlo, he's played for every big club in Italy. But maybe he played with Pirlo at Inter or Milan. And then Nedved probably, well, it's Lazio or Juventus, isn't it? But if Nedved's the newest, most recent one, then I'm going to say that was at Juventus. So, because he spent most of his career at Juventus, right? So I'm going to say, okay, Boca Juniors to Inter or Milan, and then Juventus. So many players switch between the big sides in Italy. It's absolutely frustrating. Like, I don't understand it at all, how you don't hate all of your players.
It does not make
blows my mind.
A lot of sense. But remember that at the end of our show, Rory will have the opportunity to ask me 3 questions to which I can answer yes or no. And then he will have 3 shots. Wow, you look confused, dude. He will have 3 shots at
that
guessing the name.
106 caps and 11 goals is really throwing me off. I can't stop looking at it. Right.
Yeah, I double checked because I was surprised too that then he scored 84 for clubs.
So I was thinking like, oh, it's a midfielder, and I was like, but you got 100 caps, 11 goals. That's, if you're a midfielder, that's, I don't know, is that great or terrible? I don't know. I can't figure it out. This is a really difficult one. Christ alive, I'm going to make an idiot of myself again. Right.
Think of the 3 questions that you want to ask me. You know, like last week.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 questions. So,
last week when I asked if I was African, then in the end I wasn't able to properly guess who he was, but that already like
a
lot of names.
Opened up a door, eh? Right, cool.
All right, so I think it's time to jump. Well, at this point, it's the official TAIP means of transportation. We're going to jump in the type blimp, isn't it?
And it's getting. We're definitely getting our money's worth out of this thing.
Yeah, and we're going to go around Europe. And here we are. You can hear the silence in the background. We are in the blimp. Actually, in this part of the pod, there is the sound of there's not really silence because there is the sound of the stadium in the background.
Air moving around.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We're in a blimp, guys. Get over it. And our first stop for our Euro review is Germany. But this time, I'm not going to make a German accent because somebody on Twitter told me that I sounded absolutely stupid. Guess what? I agree with you, buddy.
It has been the talk of the town on Twitter, people dropping Muller gifs on our comments and, saying they enjoyed it overall. I'm not sure what accent it was, but thank you for that moment anyway. So Germany, where are we going to start with? Where else can we start but at the top? And that is Bayern Munich. They are currently playing in the Club World Cup. They beat Al Ahly 2-0 on Monday night, I believe. And now they get to face Tigres from Mexico, who are headed by Gignac.
Oh, yeah.
And what a guy. He seems to be absolutely smashing it out in Mexico. And I think I said it on Twitter this week. He's got one of the careers that I'm like most jealous of. Because I always think if I could like choose a football career, right, I would like to be like famous, but not so famous that you like can't go to the shop, right? Yeah. You've like played for your country, you've won a few things, and now you're like living in this amazing country, like as king of the city, just smashing in goals for fun. Like, I'm sure he's living the life off the pitch. Like, can you imagine being a millionaire in Mexico? I bet that is a good time. I am genuinely jealous of this guy's career. Like,
it's like a dream, but like many dreams, at the end of them, there is a monster. And in this case, it's Bayern Munich, right?
yeah, all that being said, I'm not holding my breath for Los Tigres, I imagine it is. But you never know. Like, I think people underestimate Mexican football. The league is like, actually, it's a very good standard. Torres played out there for a while, I think, as well. So I think they'll give Bayern Munich more of a game than you would expect. But obviously, I think Bayern Munich are going to make it to the final. But on this note, we have to take a quick moment to say that our thoughts are with Jerome Boateng after the horrific news about his ex-girlfriend and him having to leave to go back and deal with that, of course, which is awful. So yeah, we just want to quickly say, like, thoughts with you, Jerome, Hope, and her family, of course, her friends and family. So yeah, it's been a week of like bad news, right? Which is, unusual for 2020, 2021, but it continues to come.
It's going to keep going 2022, 2023. I think it's going to be a good streak of weird
Tommy, don't give us that energy. No, it's going to be... The British government keep telling us it's going to be over by summer, so it's over by summer, all right?
Yeah. Hopefully, the British government always knows, right?
We always get it right every time. Yeah.
And where are we moving next, Rory? Are we going to France or to España?
Well, quickly before we jump back in the blimp, there was a bit of more bad news that we need to say while we're in Germany. Also, our thoughts are with Jurgen Klopp. His mother sadly passed away from coronavirus, and it's come out that it happened previously to the Burnley match. So it's happened a while ago, and it's only just come out now. Again, this is something I have gone through with losing my mum, and yeah, it's pretty grim. So I just want to say, like, yeah, Jurgen, our thoughts are with you as well. But before everyone gets really depressed and starts crying into their iPhones, let's move on and get back in the blimp and go to the fun city of, where are we going? Paris, France?
You be the judge. You're at the helm. Go. Boom.
Paris bound.
Let's go.
Let's go. So
there we are.
We are in France. And they have had Coupe de la Ligue action this week. Starting with Raymond Domenech. That weird man is now possibly going to be fired after 15 games, not winning one of them, as they lost 4-2 at home to Lens. And yeah, it looks like time's running out for the... I don't know. Domenech, just looking at him makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't know why.
Domenech, of course, the manager at Germany, 2006. He was managing the French squad, and he got to the final against Italy. And then he also managed in the following World Cup and came out looking like the biggest idiot in the world. This guy is infamously known for studying his lineups based on zodiac signs for some reason, and that's why Trezeguet didn't get a start, I believe, in the World Cup final in 2006.
Can you imagine how angry you would be? Oh my days.
I'm going by heart. I don't know if you can double check, but I think he didn't play Trezeguet because he was a Scorpio and it wasn't the right moment to play Scorpio. And guess what? I got really offended by that because I'm a Scorpio too, and I felt really bad for Trezeguet.
The moon was in retrograde or whatever twaddle they go on about. Yeah, turns out that's not the best way to run a club.
Exactly, nor any team, right?
Who'd have thought it? So yeah, most famous for that huge riot and protest in the French camp, where I think it's fair to say neither side came out of that looking particularly great. But yeah, it looks like time is running out for Raymond. But elsewhere in the cup, Moise Kean scored again for PSG as he continues to enjoy life in France. And Marseille, despite all of the chaos in the background, they beat Auxerre from Ligue 2 2-0 away, and they progress to the next round of the cup. But the biggest result was Lyon beating... Now, Tommy, you had to tell me how to say this name. How do we say it?
Ajaccio,
which is, I believe, they're like the only team on Corsica, I think,